So if you want to create a list, you're going to go over here on the left side and go to lists. And you're going to hit create list. So you could create a contact list, company list, deal list. And then there are two types of lists. There's active or static. So active automatically updates based on records and static does not. However, if you're adding contacts to the list manually from your database, you'll want a stack list. Or if you're using a workflow, same thing. So test list 1, and you could write a description or you can use AI to help you. So stack list, next. You can add filters if you want, but for this purpose, we're not going to for this demo. You can go back to your contacts. You're going to click on the contact you want to add to list, just right here. You're going to add to stack list. Again, that is right here on the top menu. You're going to select test list 1 and add. So that is how you add it to a stack list. So let's say you're trying to do prospecting and you want to create a list of your prospects that you're working through. This is not a bad way to do it, where you could create a list right here. Or if you have a territory and you're putting together a list for your territory, again, same thing. Create a list using your contacts in the database and putting them here. So if you need to narrow down the contacts, you can edit columns on this side and you could add like state and state region. So then maybe you want to look at any contact with a certain state. Now these contacts have states, but let's say this did, let's say it was like Alabama. This was California. And you only wanted to, and oh, by the way, you need to save that once you make those changes. Let's say you only wanted contacts in Alabama. You could start narrowing it down by this. You could also create an advanced filter on the contact list by state and then say Alabama. And then you will now only see contacts of the state Alabama. And then you'll be able to drop them right into this list. And that's a really easy way to do it. You could also create an active list, which I'll show you. Let's do that. And then you could say create list, contacts from Alabama, active, add filter, contact properties, state is any of Alabama. Active list, depending on the size of your database, could take a little while to upload and get the contacts in, so you'll see it spinning for a while. So it's something just to come back to and check, depending on how many you have. But now you can see I have one contact with Alabama that automatically got brought in. However, let's say I have two contacts that are Alabama. So let me create a new test contact, test at test.com, test. Sure, that's good enough. Go back, clear that filter. And let's say test was Alabama as well. So we'll add that in, save it. So now when we go back to lists, we will go back to the active list, contacts from Alabama, give it some time. It has to refresh. It's not instantaneous, so it does take a little bit. So you'll see, let's go back to the contacts. It'll be test, Alabama right there. Go back to list again. Let's see if it updated. No. So again, this is a little slow. It will update eventually. But if you want to do it super quick, again, just doing a stack list and adding it. There you go. So now it popped in. So it's not instantaneous on the active list. It does take time for it to find it and add it in. A lot of times I go with the stack list just because you can kind of control it quickly and easily, but this is how you can work through lists and create things that work for you.